1533, good luck. So white, so knight f3 as per usual. I know I do need to mix it up a little bit, try some different openings. Let's play a normal d4 game. So it's as though we opened with d4. Goes d5. Let's get our bishop up. Maybe go for a London type structure, this one. So our opponent, nearly 6,000 games of Rapid, and we've just gone through 1,400. So very experienced in Rapid. Now what do we want to do here? Pawn up is good. We could go for that pure London structure. We could just play c4. We can get the bishop up somewhere. How do I want to do this? Here, you've got this right, but it's still a good principal move, so why not? If takes, we're protecting the pawn. We've got a nice square for the knight. We might spend an extra move developing. Let's just put the knight here. Then takes and takes. So we might waste a move, but it's just normal moves at this level. Let's here, you've got to be a little bit careful about this, but again, it's still a good principled move. You just got to watch out for this concept at some point. Well, let's get castled. Okay, he's castled as well. I think I'm going to play knight forward now, just to try and gain that little bit of extra space. Again, if takes here, we are protected. We could do this to attack the bishop. Here, if the bishop eventually runs off, the bishop is maybe coming back here then. Okay. What do I want to do? I think I'm going to develop the queen. I don't see any concrete plan just yet, but we completed our development. We've connected the rooks. Everything's protected. Takes here, it's protected. So we can take a knight and then trade the bishop. Takes, takes. We can take here. Takes, takes. Everything simplifies out. I'm looking at this concept as well. I could just drop the bishop back as well. That's looks like a perfectly good move. I think I'm going to trade. I think I'm just going to take there. I'm not sure what the best move is, so we'll just take. Okay, he's chosen to take, so we can trade the bishop. We can drop back. We can pin the knight and encourage a pawn push. And just try and create this pin. You might have to spend a couple of moves going here, but there is a slight issue here as well. It's probably safer just to take. Probably. But here, it looks like a nice move to create the pin. What you're going to do. The queen can come out the way and hit the pawn though, can't it? Yeah, let's just take. He's only really got the one move there, unless I'm missing something. He does take. So I'm going to develop the rook. Now, knight in, we can push up if we need to. Maybe I could have played h3 first just to stop the knight in, but we've got g3 if needed. Although, actually, yeah, h3 is probably a better principal move because our opponent's got the light squared bishop. So we don't really want to play g3. We might end up doing it on f4. Chosen to take. Okay. I guess we just take back there then. Oh, the knight's come that way. So has he just blundered a pawn here? Because takes, takes, and we've got knight takes, and you can't take back. So we can take here. I can take this pawn first. Or can he? He can. He's going to have to take this way, and I guess we can just drop back. We could ignore it though and try and gain center space. Here, to stop this, does it matter? Here, you got to take this way, right? Is there a tactic though? Knight takes, queen takes, we throw in a check. King moves, we take back, but our knight might be trapped. So takes, takes, knight takes, queen takes, knight check, king moves, takes. But the knight is stuck here, you attack it. And you can't jump out, can you? So the knight's actually stuck. So let's just go and take with the knight. That didn't quite work, that tactic. So I'm quite happy to play endgames with anyone and everyone. So I'll just drop the bishop back if he takes here. Oh, he's gone with that one. So that does actually lose the pawn. So that way we can take. And you can't take back because of the pin. That's why I was trying to take my time, calculate the tactic out, but it didn't quite work. Let's come back and hit the pawn. We can always drop back here as well. Again, perfectly good move, just push up. We'll probably do the same thing, just so we've got that emergency square for later in the game. Oh, he's gone with that pawn. Now, can I push here? I think I want the rook across first. Although, again, maybe I should be going here to stop these annoying moves. I guess I can drop back, but my king needs an emergency square for later in the game. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, queen has come down, so actually threatening to take the pawn now. Does it matter where I go? I'm looking at this and this or here. I'm actually going to go this way. I'm going to go to f1. And now he's just launched one. Okay, let's come back. He's playing a bit too quick, I think. He's playing it pretty well. Pretty good. Right, excuse me. I'd like to get the bishops off the board if I can. Try and open things up at some point. I just don't quite see how to do it just yet. Maybe queen across and look to push, but you can just counter push. Oh, he's just chosen to push. Wow. So if I take, what's the idea? Queen takes to come in. I don't like the look of that. But is he going to try and do this then? Maybe. I'm going to gamble here and push on. This is actually turning into quite a dangerous position. Maybe I've got queen here. I need the queen off the board. If the queen's come off, I should be able to outplay my opponent with the rating gap in an endgame. I should. Doesn't mean I can, but I should. So he's thrown a check in. So I can block with the bishop, or I can just come back. If I go, oh, hold on, no, I can block with a check and get the queen off. And that's what I want to do. The queen's coming off because it's a check. So now he's got a potential move like this. I've seen it, but I think I can just take the pawn. He's gone that side instead. So what about if I go here? If he takes, I take. He takes, I take back, and I get a passed pawn. That looks good. We're getting a tempo pushing the pawn, but he's up 2 minutes on the clock. He shouldn't really play quite this quick. You know, you've got 2 minutes, a minute and a half, 2 minutes on the clock. Slow down and try and use your time. To be fair, it is in an arena, so he might be just trying to play lots of games, but obviously if you get a time advantage, try and slow down and use it. Well, he's gone back there, but now I think I've got bishop here, and I can force the bishop off as well. But we're only, what, one pawn up, aren't we? It could become lost. So here, you can either protect, we take and you take, or you can take and we take back. So I'm looking at maybe rook here first. He does have a check, but I can step here, check, and I can come back. Oh, maybe I can just push on and attack this pawn. I'm not certain here. I'd like to win this one, but I don't see how. I'm going to go here and try and get the bishop off. Oh, I don't need to pre-move, do I? So you can trade, or you can play the rook over. Just got to be careful. If you go here, we can push on. So maybe rook here or trade. He does trade, so we'll go here. Yeah, he's gone to protect the pawn. If he came down, we could have just ran. So has he given me a chance to go here and then collect this? I think he has. I think I go here. He might have to do this and then collect that. You seen it? He's playing well here, actually. He knows what he's doing here. I'm going to try and come forward, but he's playing well. I have to take, and he's going to get this. But I'm going to try and march forward. Try and work with this one. Please. Only got a couple of moves to protect it, but if you use the rook, we can just run. So he's gone there. So I'm going to try and get my king up and eventually get forward if I can. So he's gone back, but that concedes the pawn. Yeah, he's just playing it too quickly, too quick. But you can see it's somebody who's fundamentally a very decent player here, very decent. So if I go here, he's actually got rook in, and he's going to win pawn. So I need to step back here. But is that one going to be lost then? So here, do I actually step back here? And see, I can afford to lose this one now, and I could just win this here. I think it's actually safer here. We don't want him coming in winning a load of pawns. I'm happy to trade the rook and pawn for his rook. Then we'll collect this, and we should just be cleanly winning. In fact, the further up the board I can do it, the better. Because then his king's too far away from our pawns, and it should be a clean win if I can just do this and this. So here I just simply check. He's come forward, so we just push the pawn on now. He's not going to be in time to come here. But this is cleanly winning for us. He has to protect that, and we just collect this and run up the board. And now his king's just too far away from these to be able to collect them and get his own queen, and we've got our own coming up. But you can see someone who's fundamentally a very decent player there, and we don't even get any rating for that. Our opponent only loses 1 point because of the rating gap, so no real risk there for our opponent, a big risk for us. Let's see what it was. They're the move times in engine speak. The Zuckerdort opening Slav invitation, so if you click on that you'll get some puzzles to do. Excuse me. So we've played the end game pretty decently there. It looks like we played the whole game pretty decently, but there's always something to learn from every game you play. Just take your time, take as long as you need. So we played 95 and 90 on the accuracy. Yeah, he's got no blunders, 90% accuracy, even though he's outrated 500 points. Really, really, really good effort. Really good. And the game's level 14 moves in. Then we've gained the advantage and we've managed to convert. So we'll just have a flick through. But in your own games, take your time, take as long as you need. I'm just flicking through to show the general idea here. So here he should have taken the pawn instead of bishop down. So take the pawn, we take back, and then b5 and just launch the pawn. That was what the engine's preferred line was. Castling was good. But here, we shouldn't have traded the bishop. We should have played c5 and allowed takes, takes. And then I guess we're going to play g3 if we need to support it. Or maybe knight back. But we should have played c5 there and maybe fix this pawn structure back. Okay, c5 and king h8 is the right move. Ooh. So if we play c5, the engine wants you to play this, presumably preparing to play rook across and just launch one. That could get rather dangerous rather quick, couldn't it? It could. Okay, but these moves are then good. But yeah, instead of knight in here, c5 was the best move. Big long line here, so we just show a few moves. So we drop the knight back, takes, takes, rook comes across. Then we play that h3 move. The queen gets out the way, so we get our queen out the way. The rook comes up, bishop back, and then we trade on. That was the best engine line. It's basically just still level. And this is where the game has changed with this knight move in. And yeah, knight takes was the best move. I was looking whether this tactic worked. Knight in, sack, check first and take back. But the knight is actually trapped. There's no way to get back out. So once it's attacked, it's be lost. So it was correct to just take with the knight. And here, it was actually best from our opponent, was it, to take back with the e-pawn, not this pawn? I was expecting to take with the c-pawn. Why not? Why don't you take with a c-pawn there? Let's just see. Oh, it's basically the same evaluation. Well, slightly different. Oh, we can take here. If we spot it, queen takes, king takes, back with a check, and then we collect the queen. So it actually wins a pawn either way. So now we've spotted it. If you take here, we can sack here, check. Say you move the king back, or you can block, and then we win the queen back. So we do win the pawn either way. As long as I spot it. I hadn't spotted it at the time I played this though. But now we've gained that valuable pawn. So here after f4, e4 was correct, but I shouldn't have gone queen block there. I should have just played the king across instead of getting the queen off the board. So I'm 3.3 better, and it's back to 2.4, so we're still better, but not as much. But then this was good. These were all good moves. Bishop up was good. Trade was good. Yeah, g5 was good. So I've played all the rest of the game really well. So we've managed to calculate it out. And then we want this pawn as far up the board as we can. So when the trades happen, his king is just too far away from our pawns. Exactly as it happened in the game. So these were all really good moves. To be fair, they're away from our opponent as well. There's not much else I could do. But in this position, we just need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 moves for a queen. Black needs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 moves for a queen. Something like that, or near enough. As long as we just sit and hold. So yeah, we're going to be much, much quicker there. So not much you could do. But a really good effort there considering the rating gap. So well played.